It's indeed a pleasure for me to introduce Mike Bidart. He's my law partner, and he's the best law partner any lawyer could ever hope for. He's a lawyer that's not only respected by his colleagues, but by his adversaries, and even judges. And I know there are some in the room that have traveled, some judges in the room that have traveled a long way just to be here for Mike. One of the things you may not know about him is he's a very good singer, although although most of the time he sings in Basque and it's a little hard to understand, but and we have a singer who came a long way to honor Mike, Joan Baez, who is a good friend of Mike. I don't think there's any other lawyer in America that has done more to successfully challenge the HMO industry and force them to change their practices. Mike has really done the job there. Almost 10 years ago, he sent shockwaves through the HMO industry with his Goodrich verdict, which was a significant verdict. It was $120 million against one of the biggest HMO carriers. But more importantly, what it did was it brought public attention to the fact that HMOs weren't allowing you to go out of network for a specialist when you really needed it. And Mike's client died because of that. And he changed that whole practice of the HMOs of restricting people from seeing specialists. So that was 10 years ago. Currently, he's working on representing the Kaiser transplant kidney patients who are being harmed. Some of them are dying because Kaiser is mismanaging their kidney transplant program, and Mike is in the middle of that, so he goes from one to another. But in between, along the way, just a few examples. He had cases which gave people the right of jury trial because of these arbitration clauses. Most of the cases in our appellate courts that give people back the right to go to a jury because they invalidated the arbitration clauses are Mike's cases. He turned the HMO industry around on allowing high-dose chemotherapy for breast cancer patients, and when he had many cases which challenged that successfully. For prostate cancer, he represented many patients who wanted proton beam treatment and couldn't get it because the HMO industry said it was experimental. He turned that around. And not only in the healthcare field, but I recall in the earthquake cases for the Northridge earthquake, he was responsible for reopening 3,000 homeowners files so that the insurance industry would look again at what they did to these people and not shortchange them and bring those claims to where they ought to be. Mike is a graduate of Pomona, Cal Poly in Pomona. That's pretty funny. And he's a graduate of Pepperdine Law School. We do have a little video we would like to show you which highlights Mike's career. Please roll the video.
Mike Bidart. To California consumers, he's an unsung hero. To his clients, he's an angel.
He came to my rescue. I don't know what I would have done without him.
It was 1999. Kindergarten teacher Teresa Goodrich just found out her husband, David, had cancer. He spent months in the hospital before ultimately losing his battle.
I got a letter from his HMO saying that they were denying the coverage and that we'd be responsible for his medical bills.
So after losing her best friend and husband, Teresa now faced a bill for $750,000. Mike Bidart took Aetna to court in what proved to be a groundbreaking case. The jury awarded more than $120 million to punish Aetna and make sure it didn't happen again. The Goodrich case made headlines and became a touchstone for consumers angry about how their managed care didn't care.
When this hit, I think there was a new awareness of how really frustrated and angry the public was at the way they were being treated.
People like Peter Berman, when his wife got sick with cancer, his HMO stalled for months.
The reality was they were waiting for the disease to spread to multiple organs so they could deny the surgery.
Bidart achieved a settlement for the family. They say it was his compassion that set him apart from the beginning.
He spoke to my wife as a plaintiff who would be around for a long, long time. It was an entirely different attitude, and it was based on compassion.
Compassion that's earned the respect not only of clients, but of colleagues.
I probably respect him more than any other lawyer that I've dealt with.
He seems to always be on the cutting edge of making life better through the law for lots of policyholders.
Like the policyholders victimized by insurance companies after the 1994 Northridge earthquake. Once again, Mike Bidart stepped in and won. But the man now routinely named as one of the country's best attorneys and super lawyers has never lost touch with his roots.
My father was an immigrant from the Basque country in the French side of the Pyrenees Mountains.
Mike learned the value of hard work growing up on a Chino dairy farm and fulfilled his father's dream while dedicating his life to helping others.
And to be able to have been from working class roots and to be able to nevertheless mount these cases against very sophisticated insurance companies who have all of these resources, and just to help basically the ordinary working man and the person who needs help. That's to me the most rewarding thing.
Mike, where are you? Come on up here. Let me read this through. Let me read this inscription to Mike Bidart, Lifetime Legal Achievement Award, honoring California's great trailblazers on the path to legal justice. May 17, 2008. Congratulations, Mike.
Thank you very much.